Hi traders, super quick update on the market indexes as had some key levels broke today. So let's get to the charts. So this is the S&P, and in my last video on Friday, I was looking at this thinking that this was looking like a leading diagonal. So you had, like a three-wave move to there, three to there, and then three to here. And then they had a three-wave move up on Friday over to here. And I was expecting, if they come and break that 43.40 low, I thought that would be perfect because then we'd have a leading diagonal. And then that'd be down in here, would be a great place to buy for some type of correction before they resume down. But they broke this key level right there late this afternoon, or actually later in the morning session. So because they broke that, this is not going to be a leading diagonal. Now they could still come down and break this, but it almost undoubtedly has to still come back up and take out that 44.30 high, because this, as it stands right now, this is just a three-wave for W, X, and a Y. So they can make the X wave and come down for the Z wave, but then this is just a correction for going back up. Now, I still think there's a high likelihood that we come all the way down after they break this 44.30, that they come all the way down to take out 42.35. So if we zoom out, I still think, we just have ABC off of the high, and we had an A, and a B, and then the big C wave. So that kind of makes sense that they'll go back up because you got no divergence with this ABC, and then you got this just three-wave correction. And so I think this first ABC, that'll be A. This three-wave now is going to be B, and like I said, they could come down here, but either way, it's just a correction. And then you got one more up. And then at that point, that's when things get really interesting, because if they just make a little correction and then go back up and break wherever that high ends, then now it looks actually like we got the start of a leading diagonal, because then that could be one. Well, let me say this. If they come back down for this Z wave, then this won't be a leading diagonal. So I'd actually rather see them just go up and break it, because then this is A, B, and then come back up for the C wave. But like I said, if they do give you a three-wave correction down and then break that high, then that looks like a leading diagonal. Then you'll have one there, two there, and this would be three. Then you get a four, and then go back up for five. So that's why once they break that 44.30, which, to be honest, I think probably happen tomorrow, tomorrow or Wednesday, then you got to watch the reaction, because if it's a swift sell-off, and definitely if they come and take out 43.40, then it's not a leading diagonal, and then I think it's setting up for to take out the 42.35. So definitely think later this week we should have the answer on what this whole area is right in here. I'm leaning towards that this will just be, that's A, B, C, and then one more down. And so then if we slide over to the Nasdaq, now the Nasdaq, they didn't break that high that invalidates this being a leading diagonal down, but because it's so close, and it just, that doesn't look like a leading diagonal. It'd be a huge expanding diagonal, because that would just be one, that would be 2, that would be 3, and this would be 4. Like that's just not how a diagonal looks. So most likely this is just, you know, the correction 2, and now they're gonna go up in some fashion. It has to be, well, I would think it'd have to be 5 waves. And so far it looks like they're kind of creating like a diagonal format. It looks like coming up to here. No, I'm sorry. Coming up to here looks like a diagonal. And so I would expect now some type of correction and then resume up. And they should be getting, so I think that diagonal that they completed today, I think that was just 1. They'll correct down for 2, but then go up for a 3, 4, and a 5. That's what I'd like to see, give you an impulse. And then this whole move up would be A, B, and C. For a 3-wave move. And then if we zoom out, you know, on the Nasdaq now, I see this as WXY. And so that's why I still think that this could be, this is going to be a 3-wave correction for X, and then come down 3 waves, break 14,586 in 3 waves. And that would be the Z wave. And the Russell, so the Russell, like I said in my last video, that, you know, I wanted them, oops, it came down here, so that's 1, 2, and then this looked like 3, and it gave like a little 3-wave correction up to here. And that's, you know, because they came down on Friday, you got real close. I'm like, oh, if they just break that, then you got your 5-wave impulse, and then it'll correct, and then there'll still be more down. But it came down in 3 down to here, and, you know, and just like the other mark indexes, they blasted off. So I could still see them coming up, taking out 1786 for an ABC correction. So then it'd be 1, 2, 3, and then break up here for 4, but then reverse for 5, and then that would be the impulse. So that is kind of what I'm looking at for the Russell. Now, if the Russell does come up and come up above there, 1820, then this won't be an impulse. It could still, it might be a diagonal then, so we'll have to watch. But it'd be nice if they could just give us an impulse, you know, just break that, but then reverse, break the low, and then you'd have a 5-wave move, and then that'd just be a lot easier to trade. So I just wanted to give that quick update as I saw that the S&P, they broke that level. So now I think likelihood of them breaking 4430 is definitely in play, but then I'm expecting a sell-off. So I have to watch when they break 4430, the reaction that happens up there. All right, just wanted to do a quick update. Hope it helps. Good luck. See you in the next video.